All right, man. So start it up here.
Let's go. Pop up. Oh, wow. That was really fast.
There you go. Yeah, everyone's trying to get in their final, All right, man. So we got a board 4th position. I guess the best thing you can kind of tell me is just how do you look at the board? What are you seeing? What makes the most sense to
you? Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of resources all together, which is scary. So I'm thinking, since we're last, as little fun as it is, we may have to make a port play. But let me think about the numbers here. So 8, 5, 10 is going to probably get taken. That's probably the first spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boom. There it is.
Down. That's interesting.
Were you thinking to the right for the tree port?
Well, keep the analysis going.
Let me keep going. Oh man. Usually when I'm last like this, I'd kind of just check out until everyone's placed, because I have a hard time predicting what people are going to do. But let me think. So if it's available, the wheat. Oh my gosh. So the wood port's taken, and sheep port is on not good numbers. Wheat port's not good numbers, or port's on okay numbers. So there's potential I could make a play for some man, this is tough.
So generally, what I always recommend is you want to figure out what we call the spirit of the board.
Yeah.
And all that means is kind of get a sense of what's in demand, what's available, what's accessible.
So
right?
Wood is very high demand, or is in way oversupply.
A lot of wood.
Sheep's pretty low. Wheat's decent. Brick's okay. But brick's all tied together. So, I mean, really, sheep and ore are probably the most available ones there, or most in demand. But the numbers are rough. So maybe there's a play for the 3-5-4, since I'm last, so I'll get to pick both. So maybe 3-5-4 and 3-4-6 with the ore of wood and wheat is a possibility.
Yeah. I don't hate that necessarily.
I mean, 6-2-4 is not a very good option, but it's an option. I mean, I feel like the next best spot's 6-3-4. So,
all right,
that's still available. Okay, so that's available. So I'm thinking. Okay, so my initial thought is 6-3-4, 5-3-4 off the top.
Okay.
And then point to the right for the 6-3-4 to try and go for ore, maybe.
Point to the
9-4-11. Oh man.
It's okay. It's okay. We got a minute and 30.
3-6-4 is also not bad with the brick, and then I could get ore sheep.
So here's the nice thing is that that 4 is the best ore, more or less, that's accessible. You could go 9-10, but you're really kind of throwing your game into the toilet, I believe, if you do that.
I agree. Yeah.
So what's nice is whoever goes on the 4, they're going to be sharing that ore, but you have a big advantage because you have the coordination. So immediately, that's one thing I'm saying is 4s are going to be kind of a role. If you go 6-3-4, 3-4-5, that's going to be the role that unlocks your setup. What's also nice is if you go 6-3-4, you get the starting road. So I would definitely attempt to try to leverage that.
Yeah. Okay, no, I can see that. So maybe the 3-4-5, and then followed up with the 3-6-4, and then the 3-4-5 point to the 8 wood up there. Yeah. Okay.
I quite like that, actually.
Okay. This feels good.
Now we're going to have to be very interested to see how we point this road, because what is blue going to get on the way back is the question. For instance, we know that red and green aren't probably going to ever go 8-4, but is blue going to go 8-4?
Yep. I feel like at my rank, I don't know if they will. So, but is it going to be? They might not be available. So they might just go straight up for a port somewhere. He might take 8-3 and just go wild, because he's got the wood port there. I've seen some wild stuff here.
Well, I think if you take, I do like 6-3-4, and
I
there is
think that's the best.
there's something to be said about having all 5 resources.
And,
I think
and then
that
just point to the left and hope that I don't get snatched.
we'll try to calculate. All right, let's kind of see who's going to go where.
Okay.
So if you take 6-3-4, who's next to pick? Green,
So
right?
green is, he needs wood. He needs everything. So he's going to take the 6-2-4 for sure. And then red also needs basically the same thing. So he's probably going to take the 6-11-12. So it doesn't make sense to point. So I either can point left, down and left, or up.
Up is very interesting. There is a world where you might get the middle of this board. And the worst case is if you point up, you could always go 6-11.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So in a way, there's kind of this.
Should we just take the risk and point up?
I kind of like it. Like it.
All right. I can do that.
Right. So what we're kind of doing is we're kind of putting on exactly. So we're going to say he's going to take one of the wood spots. It makes a lot of sense for red to take the 6-11-12.
Yep. I agree. And then we're kind of playing our.
He goes
so much versatility here.
And he goes 6-11-12 up, right? Because he's going to go to the 9-12.
To the stone. Yep, to the ore. I think that makes sense.
And I think, if blue is...
And the brick port's over there, so that's even more reason to go that way.
Yes. So, this is the first lesson, especially when you're fourth, is you normally can calculate with a lot of confidence where your opponents are going to go. And then you find these opportunities. I typically say don't point up because a lot of times you won't get those spots.
Yeah.
But this is one of those cases where the calculation, it works out.
Mm-hmm. Except for blue. Oh, okay.
This is fine. And remember, we've already calculated the fact that the 6-11 is still available to us.
Blue still might take 8-4.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Oh, you pointed right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh man. So I'm thinking for my. There's not really any urgency. Nobody's really threatening my 6-11.
Nice.
So.
Fours are going to really help you unlock here. So yes, you've got to look. Okay, if I go for one spot, am I giving up another?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why does red want the wheat?
For acidity, I have not been paying attention.
Okay, so his hand is okay. I was going to say he's going to pop a development card right now.
Okay.
Because he started with the brick, the ore. Yeah, now he's trying to buy a city, so he's an ore off.
I could. I mean, I do need sheet. Well, 5.
No. So. Yeah. In this situation, the 4 is somewhat rare for you. And it's also giving him a city, right?
Okay.
So keep that in mind. With rare resources, you've got to charge. In that situation, the only way. Oof.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
So I'm thinking I'm trying to get to the 3-1 port here as fast as possible.
Yes. Okay. So
maybe I can try and trade for a sheep.
I like it.
I don't even really need and
now the one person that you could do this with is the ore for sheep here.
Oh, ore for sheep. Okay.
Well, no. So the ore for sheep is actually going to give you the road settle, and red might just take this.
Okay.
Wow.
So
hold on. So, see, you got to get a little bit more creative. Try a wheat and an ore for a sheep and a brick. So the idea is we know his hand, and this is actually extremely valuable to red. Oh, okay. So in this case, I would just drop the road. No, that's too nice. Too nice.
Okay.
I think there's something to be said about being patient here, and I don't think with green, he has no incentive to drop one road on you to take your port, so you should be safe here. Great start, by the way.
Yes, I agree. I feel like that would hurt.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is good because we've got a lot of cards we can sell.
I don't need that. Yeah. But brick is a little bit scarce. I don't think it's. And then red could red hurt?
I would only do this for an ore here. I would be asking for a rare resource, which he has.
I'll just try it. Why not?
Oh, he doesn't have sheep.
Okay.
But he has an ore in his hand.
Oh, well, he might have one sheep, right? Because didn't he settle on the 9/4/11 second?
But he popped the development card.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so when you get these like weird hands where you're kind of stuck, we can try to sell 2 cards for 1 to grab a sheep, but sheep's in demand right now. In fact, I don't think anybody has sheep on this board because the only sheep that rolled was the 11.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's funny. There's a lot of break.
I mean, I could take that and just plow blue, right?
It's unnecessary. I mean, let's be patient. And here's the thing: plowing somebody this early really makes you a target.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, we need a 5 to roll essentially. If we 7, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But your hand's great. Your hand's really good.
Interesting start.
So what setups do you typically play? Like, do you find you go for a lot of Orbeat sheep? Is that kind of?
I feel like I'm afraid sometimes to get what I need to build roads and settles, and so I know I need to be a little bit more bold. Mm-hmm. So really quick, should I build a road to 11/6?
I think so, yeah. And it just gives you the ability to kind of clean your hand a little bit. And you're going for that spot anyways.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in this weird limbo of like, come on, 5.
So usually I think I'm a little of like, I'm able to give up ore in order to give up or to get road settles like in my initial placement. Cause I feel like I'm afraid that if I don't have those resources that I won't be able to expand.
Expand with which particular resources?
Like if I'm afraid to play without a specific resource. And so I tend to make sure I have like one of everything. And if I don't have stone, I'm generally okay with that. And I don't know if I feel like that might be wrong.
Ask him for the sheep here. So the thing is, he just got the sheep, right?
Yeah.
It's unlikely. Or you could do like a wood and a wheat for a sheep. I wouldn't give up the ore personally. There you go. Right. And he's trying to prioritize getting some of the wood and break out of his hand because he's got a ton of break in his hand.
Yeah.
I wonder, does he have a year of plenty here? I'll do a brick and an ore. For a wheat, yeah. Because then you're 4 away from a city. So this is a good lesson for you here, Ricky, is especially with like newer players, they are very willing to do 2-for-1s.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like he gave up his sheep, now he wants it back. So try to make that part of your repertoire to push a little bit more and more.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And you'll find like you're going to be getting 3 to 4 more cards. And sometimes that makes the difference.
Yeah.
We've got a great hand here. Oh, it's even better because now we have a settle.
We can and get a dev. Or is there? Should I hold it here since it's pretty early and I don't have? Well,
the dev's not bad. I also think because the sheep is so damn valuable that you could probably sell it for 2 cards.
So settle first, right? And then
well, no. So here's the thing: you always want to try to execute your trades first because there's a certain kind of like your threat levels go up as soon as you get that extra point.
2 stone. I don't know if anybody has 2 stone.
Or stone and brick.
Okay.
It's a very unlikely trade. Well, the thing is, the problem is you share the 5 with blue, right? So the value to sheep is not great with him. You really want to look at who doesn't have sheep, and that's green. So you kind of have to, if you're tracking, you got to figure out, okay, what are some potential trades I can unlock with green? Potentially do like 2 brick for a sheep or something. That might be a trade.
Because I don't have a ton of brick accessibility. And then this is starting red, like you're saying. Okay, I'm just.
That's fine. Yeah, just go for the settle here. Okay, Now the question is pop or not?
I think we pop. Let's go for it.
Clear your hand. I like it. Oof. That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. I like that. I feel like those early victory points are scary. Like they're not helpful.
Yeah, it feels like you can't do anything once you pull them sometimes.
I know they're good, but just early on in the game, it feels bad.
Well, it depends on what kind of game you're playing. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
true.
we've got a really good opportunity to play like a production road game.
Yeah.
And it's really on the basis of our road network.
Mm-hmm.
So our ability to settle 611, connect with 3 roads. So
should I try and sell this sheep? I know I don't have, because I don't have anything else, right? So does it make sense to try and sell it here?
it's going to be, it depends on who.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, let's kind of see what green needs here. I'm assuming green needs a sheep.
Yeah.
But there's a decent amount of sheep on this board right now, especially with the 5 rolling. So you might not get too much for it.
Okay. I guess not. More sheep.
Okay, I think you hold here. No worries.
Well,
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
so red just got 2 brick, and he has 9 cards.
well, the thing is, the 11's been rolling. So if you're tracking his hand, now something you could do, this is kind of an advanced tactic, is you could ask red what does he need, and you could use the yacht for it. And then, but that might not necessarily be. I'd rather use the yacht for the city here in this case.
I agree. But maybe I could get like maybe something like that from red.
As far as I know, he doesn't have the ore because he's bought the development cards.
Oh, right, because I have ore too. He needs wood. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, if we had wood,
wooden ore. Okay.
Okay, and this is good for us. This is good for pacing purposes.
Yeah, because is it because he's going to look more of a threat?
Yeah, I mean, he is a threat. There's no doubt about it. But hopefully he's going to gather a lot more of the attention as far as robs.
Which no 7s have rolled yet. Holy cow.
Now, maybe this is a good situation to say, Red, I'll trade you my next wood if you block the 8. Well, okay.
The 8 wood?
Well, no, the 8 wheat. So he needs, it's a little too late now, but I mean, there is some value if red does have, let's say, a couple knights in his hand to start applying pressure where it needs to be put.
He traded all that brick away. I would have given you. Oh, I didn't have ore. Oh.
This is all right. This is all right.
So I'm trying to think. So, like you're saying, wait for the city play. Ooh. Oh, there's okay. So maybe a brick and a wheat. I don't know if I haven't been paying attention to know if he has it, and he probably doesn't need sheep. I think he already said that.
Well, you can talk to green here. So green, what's valuable to you? Red, ask for two brick here.
I feel like I probably should.
Or a brick and a wheat.
That was the first trade.
Okay. Yeah, then just pass.
Just pass. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, red's doing very well. Like, we've got to find some way. Yeah, these 9s are crushing.
Oh, man.
Honestly, if I'm red here, I'm playing an aggressive knight. And this is good. This is good for you. Red is just soloed out, but now he's going to be hitting blue. And probably the best case is to hit the 8 wheat, I think. The 5's been rolling, so that's not helpful.
Yep, that makes sense. Oof. Yeah, that's okay. We already have wood, and we got the other 6 wood.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but...
So why is that the wrong block, is the question.
Because you should be blocking his wheat production, right? For the cities.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 8 wheat is just a better block, and it's also hitting green, who has a city as well. The thing is, there's so much wood on this board between the 6s and the 8. It's just not really an effective block in terms of output. No, this makes sense
green.
too.
It's green. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot green was on the wheat. So
okay.
Try for a brick or a wheat.
Well, I think there's also a world where talk to red and see if he has wheat, which I think he does. So you can do a 2 for 2 here. Wooden sheet for wheat and brick.
Oh, no. I'll just do it anyways. Just so yeah. Okay. Oh. So he does have brick.
That's fine. I would say hold here.
Okay. Okay.
Because the thing is, we can always sell it if we need to.
I mean, I could pop the Year of Plenty, but don't
hold. Better to hold the Year of Plenty for rare cards. Okay. So.
Okay.
He's gonna be
definitely would have gotten too excited with my Year of Plenty and built my settlement there, and
definitely not.
Everything I do.
Definitely not. Because now there's a lot of rolls that get us the city.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's say I get city potential at 3, 4, 6, right? Oh, that's a weird.
Nice. Well, see, now this is why you're supposed to block the 8, not just the 5 or the 8 wood. Okay. There's actually a potential for ore here with red, and he's got 3 down development cards. So I actually think the play is that.
Yeah.
So red.
Red. Okay.
So I actually think the play is to put it on the 10. And what we're going to try to do is he's got ore and wheat in his hand. So if you're tracking. So
yeah.
So everything's good here. You know, we get a brick, we settle. If we get the ore or the wheat, we can use the Year of Plenty to buy a city.
Okay. So city?
Yeah, I think so. All right, so where do you want a city?
Well, initially I thought the 3, 6, 4, but I remember I need more ore, so I'm thinking probably the 3, 4, 5 because that's I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it really is because of the 4s. I mean, that's going to be our money roll, just because A, we're sharing the ore with everyone else, but our 4 is going to be even better.
Mm-hmm. So 2 for 2.
I don't actually think anybody has this right now.
I don't think so either, but just trying to keep my head in the game. I haven't been able to track. I can usually track a little bit better when I'm not when I'm playing by myself.
No, you're all good. You're all good. And you don't have, the thing is, you don't have to know every card. See, here we go, man.
Yeah, here we go.
We're cooking.
Jackpot.
All right, and if a 3 rolls, we're just living our best life. I think there's a good shot we might get hit here. Hopefully, he gets scared of the double city and hits the 8 wheat.
I feel like you got to go for blue here in this spot.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to get into the mind of the gamer, you know. 10s are nice, though.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so he has been lacking sheet for a long time. So there's a very good chance. There you go, sheet for brick. Just say non-block with this question mark. He's going to say yes. There you go. So I want you to keep in mind that you've got to be pushing for these deals, right? These little 1% moves that are just going to keep helping you and helping you.
Yep. Oh no, it's red.
And you shouldn't get hit here. I mean, it's really between red and blue, which means your settle should be preserved. Ooh, all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
We're good.
Okay, so I'm thinking. Well, let's just do that. Okay, so maybe settle. Probably settle.
All right. Well, before you do that, remember we want to trade before we keep our levels up. The wood is actually pretty valuable, so maybe potential like a brick and a wheat.
Could I? Does it make sense to try and get another city, or is that too intimidating?
I don't know who would take that. I mean, the only thing you could do is you could look at Mr. Green and try to negotiate what you need for the settle.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry, what did you say?
So you could look at Green and say, like, you could trade some of your settle materials to green so then to get the port. That could be a play. Honestly, I think the best play for you here is probably just to take the settle.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Like, just secure it. Life's good.
Materials for city.
Yeah, and then more or less like a 4 and a 6. You're going to get the next city. 8 is very strong. I'm not going to lie.
Especially for blue.
All right, so like let's talk about how this position is going to develop.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next thing you want to do?
Probably try and get to the ore, and then we have, but it's a little scary getting road. There's also the potential to try. It's really it. Expanding to the 9-12 is kind of my.
All right, you can get 2 cards here. A wheat and an ore, or 2 wheat. You got to charge them when they don't produce it. We're always going to be asking for 2 for 1s. Yeah. You'll see, like, there's a good chance you'll get it here just because his hand is flooded with wheat. I think he's got 3 or 4 wheat in his hand right now. So he'll probably take this. Oh. With who?
Blue. Which did not seem like a smart trade. I guess, no, we're close. We're beating blue.
Oh, there we go.
All
right, so here's the thing. You're not winning army. Like, I'll just put all the money in the world on it. You're not winning army. You know the rules, right? 2 cards.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Should I just accept this? Or okay. Let's see.
And here's the thing. You could always go back down to 1.
Yep.
Or you can take the thing is he's got, tell him move the knight, and I'll do it. He'll totally do this, I think.
Should I just accept it?
No. I mean, his hand's more stuck than yours.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
So he doesn't have a knight. So
maybe. Maybe he's also happy where it's at.
True. So road, settle wow, I have a lot of cards. Oh my gosh.
Hey man, we're playing production. I love it.
Okay, so definitely road to the 9-12.
Well, there's pros and cons to that.
Okay.
What are the cons?
People are going to think that I'm going to take road and win.
Well, the reality is wherever you road to, people are going to think that.
Yeah.
So think of it like this: like ratios.
I could cut off green, right? That's probably making too many enemies. But
well, you can negotiate with green too. You can say like, "Hey, give me this deal, and I'll go somewhere else." Yeah, green is getting desperate right now. I think they're smelling it.
So I think the biggest threat right now.
Ooh, look at that trade.
Wow,
it's nasty.
Wow. So
you got to roll, man, and just
no. But am I expanding to the 9-12?
So let's roll. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I could get a city, right?
It's a very expensive city. That's my biggest problem. So the biggest advantage of the 9-12 is that you're actually taking away a spot from blue, right? Yes. So you are increasing your production. You're taking away a settle spot from blue. The bigger disadvantage of it, and before you start dropping roads, you need to calculate: can I actually do a road settle?
I can't. I don't think.
You got 15 cards.
I know, but maybe they're not paying attention. Let's see.
No, you can. So if you have the wood, you can pour 6 wood. 6 wood for a wheat. So let's do that.
You're right. Okay. I'm gonna build the roads first, just because we're doing that, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now I'll explain the disadvantage of this in a second.
Because they're gonna be scared of me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be scared of you anyways. The disadvantage is, in terms of like ratios, getting more ore doesn't really help you just because you only have the 4 wheat. So the other case is to say like, well, if we drop a city on the 634, we're doubling our production in a really big way. We're not scaring people for road, but we're also making the 4s even more and more dangerous. Personally, I think taking away that settle spot from blue is really nice. So ultimately, I don't hate it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, from a production standpoint, picking up that 9 ore, is it really that helpful? Oh, you're probably going to get stolen here, by the way.
I think I'm going to be the target from here on out for a while.
Yeah, this is what we call the point of no return.
Is there a world where taking the 6-3 would make sense? Like, I mean, I feel like green and blue are pretty close. Like, I'd obviously be hurting green.
I don't mind it. Yeah, you're about to get smashed here.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. He doesn't have a knight. Okay, well, he does. Never mind. That's not a very good block, though. So that's okay. We produce plenty of wood. So really, this kind of... I kind of prefer you to do it the way you did it, just because then now we can go something like 9-10. We can expand that way. Like, they're already scared of you. So, in my opinion, it's usually worth it just to kind of like embrace the threat a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's roll. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think in this situation, you're just going to have to hold. Yeah.
Yep. If I had 2 roads, do I road and take it now?
Most likely. But it's better to hold now because the wheat, you want to preserve the wheat.
Sure.
That's the thing. If you leave the wheat in your hand, there's a very good chance that it might get stolen this orbit.
Okay.
Oof.
I don't want that wood anyway.
So the way I'm looking at it, oh, there he goes.
Yeah, that's a good play. Makes sense.
Didn't hurt him too much.
No.
Okay, so the best case here is if we can get like a VP. Like, if we can pull something like that, that'd be amazing.
So this is where I usually would, if I had the ability to road settle, I'd probably take 6, 12, 11. Is that not ideal?
I think it's good as well. Yeah. It's fast points. That's the thing, right? Like, if you want to get to any other road settle, it's road settle. So if you can get quick points, the biggest thing is going to be your next city, because either you need to supplement your final few points with cities or VPs or a mixture of both. Thing is, like, red is scary-ish, but the thing is they're so far behind on production with like no cities. That's kind of good for you, just because they're going to take army, and then it becomes who wins the road battle, which I think you've got actually a really good shot for it.
Yeah, because red doesn't have any wood. Green's the only one that could beat us.
Yeah, but long term, you have a connect play 1-4 away. There it is. And the thing is, they can't break that city.
Yeah.
So there's actually a world here where you can city and drop the road, and then it's just like, can we survive? So we're gonna have to drop the road to compete with.
Thinking I put this city on the 3-4-6.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's talk to red really quick. Red, just say red. Are we scared of green taking road?
They're not going to buy it.
Look, we're just having a discussion.
Planting the seed.
Either way, we're dropping a city and dropping a road,
Yeah.
which I think is the smart play here.
Yeah.
All right, 6-3-4. Drop a city. Yeah. And then drop a road. And then, so the idea now is we want to drop a road, yes, to the 9-12. So the idea is we're doing two things. We're taking road, but we're also a road settle away from winning the game.
And now that target just got gigantic.
Well, we're 4 away from winning too. It's okay. Like, you know, this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. What is that?
Wow. Oh, city away. 4 wins it. Yeah, 4 wins it.
Well, if Red knows what he's doing, he needs to. Well, that's one way to deal with the situation, but he should be blocking the 4s. And here's the problem with Blue, right? Because Blue didn't buy development cards, their game is very difficult. Like, okay, they can drop another city for 8, but tell me how they're getting 2 points fast. That's good. Okay, so like, let's do some accounting. Red, at best case right now, is at 6 points, right? If they have a knight, they flip that.
Green could take it.
Ooh.
He doesn't have the cards for it, though.
3 would be
doesn't have much.
3 would be amazing. We'd more or less lock road. Oh. All right, 4 wins. All right.
That just pass. I mean, no one's gonna trade with me. So.
Well, hold on. I think you have to be. I think you have to be a little bit more patient there, because you could have negotiated drop another road, because there is a world where Green could take your road and maybe win the game. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Right. So just say like, hey, I'll trade my ore. Okay. Either way, 4 is winning.
Oh, yeah. I won't take it.
Ooh.
That's good.
Well, 4 still winning for us.
Yeah.
Maybe not the highest value roll, but we're getting close. 6 we could pop. And the thing is too, look all the development cards. Like, there's actually a world where we could pop and win.
Yep.
I'm okay with the 3 block. It's
Yeah, I don't. Isn't the 4 ore better in that situation?
oh, 4 still winning.
Oh, actually, no. Red rolled it. So.
Well, now I think we're losing road to Green.
Yeah.
We're definitely losing road to Green.
Yep.
This is fine. This is fine. Of course. Okay. So let's drop 1 road down to the wheat port. Or sheep for wood. Sheep for wood.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Or for wheat, and then I could road settle. Nobody probably does that, right?
Or for, well, you don't have the road settle. You need a fight road here. So okay. Or for wood is also an idea.
Do I do two for 1?
Yes. Yeah, and I think the ore is pretty valuable.
If it comes down to it.
Just say dropping roads. That's fine. So drop 1 road here. This is fine. Unfortunate.
I'll just try it one more time. Maybe they didn't get a chance to read. Well, Green's not going to do it. Okay. All right. Okay.
No worries. We got to stay patient. 6 is a big roll for us. Well, there's road. And then here comes the 2 VP pools, right?
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, because nobody's holding any dev cards, so they're still in there.
Well, 4 is 4 still winning? 4 is winning because we can port the sheep for a road. So what we essentially have to do is avoid Green finding a way to win with a. How can Green we don't want Green to pop. I mean, there's not a very good chance they're going to get a VP. Are you 2 friends? What are they saying?
I don't know.
No worries.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
All right. Yeah, this is why you don't block the 3. I mean, the 3 is a very obtuse block.
Okay, so
there's no winning roll as far as I can tell for green.
Man.
All right, somebody's got VPs here, statistically speaking.
They have all 4 of these cards were just drawn. So yes, definitely blue has 1.
Oh my god.
Red seemed to like his card.
All right,
So
we have
8. If he's at 8, maybe he's thinking about trying for road.
Oh, he definitely is. Yeah. Like road builder.
Okay.
Oh, you have.
Oh, now we get it. Come on.
I don't think you have it.
I don't think so. No. Dang it.
Hold on.
But we're gonna get closer, right? So I think.
So that's the risk. Do we drop the city and drop a road?
You thinking 2 VPs?
Blue. I mean, there's a good chance blue wins as well.
So.
Hold on, let me think here. Do we have the settle city?
No.
I think you just have the city here. Probably on
8-3.
Yeah.
And then
Port.
do I just hold port for wheat?
I think you're going to drop a road here.
Okay. Even the okay.
Because the thing is, what's the wheat going to do? Like,
yeah. Well, I could have held it too and then tried for a settle. But
okay. Oh no.
I mean, whatever happens. It was
a fun time.
Yeah, how it goes sometimes.
I mean, we've just got a really good shot here. The worst concern here is the fact that does red have if red has a road builder, we're fine.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, no. Essentially, what would happen is they would road and then settle.
Yeah. Yeah. Road builder's not good here. But he said night. I don't know if I believe him. Because he made some weird trade. Yeah, he made a trade just to extend his road. I feel like, I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yes.
But this is his game at this point. And the thing is, if he actually went for army, he probably would have won.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, it's not game unless he can road pull. But if he's got a knight,
let's see what he's got. Wheat.
Say like it's got to be blue. Like I don't have. Well, I guess you have it now.
Oh, it's fine, right? Oh wow. What? He bought a dev and put a road.
All right, we're good as long as 7 doesn't roll.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh,
you gotta survive. Survive.
I can't look.
Oh. Nicely done, man.
Okay, wait. So.
All right, just drop a road. Oh, I mean,
okay.
If you want to drop a city and a road, you can do that.
No, I don't want to.
All right, so you got the road, and you can drop your city for.
That's all I need, right? I don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's hilarious.
Okay.
All right. Look, it wasn't the cleanest game in the world, but it was a game.
Yeah.
And in 4th position, I think you did very well, man.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was great.
All right. So let's kind of talk about a few things. I really like the way you placed. I think strategically we found a lot of things and getting the coordinated 4s. We were kind of 3 and 4 heavy, but they rolled, like if we check the dice stats.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to continue dice stats.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Wow.
Life was good for us. But this was the whole point, is that because we're going to be sharing the 4, it's like whatever advantage they get on the 4, we're going to get advantage plus.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it's like you can't go wrong by sharing the 4. It's only to your benefit and not theirs.
And everyone was on the 4 too, so it's not going to be blocked very often. For the most part.
There was definitely some mistakes. I think the fact that the red didn't block the 4s was a big problem. You know, they kept blocking the 5s, blocking the 8s. I mean, the 4 is the engine that gives you the win, more or less.
Yeah.
Ultimately, like, I thought you played it very well. Like, what was the biggest thing that you felt? Because I noticed there was a lot of times, like with the trading aspect.
Yeah, so I think I was pretty unsure when we had the potential to like plow somebody. I feel like I could have persuaded myself to do that, like with green or blue. Obviously, the 9-12 makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like I could have found myself in a situation where I would have plowed, and definitely trading, making sure I'm getting more. I'm getting more from my resources than I'm giving.
Yeah,
and I don't know that I would have. I think towards the end there, I don't know that I would have fought for road in that situation. I think I may have opted for switching gears towards like development cards.
Well, yeah, there was probably a decent case that we could have just settled citied. Like, well, I mean, we could have actually, to be completely fair. But I think your chances of with your production and getting road are actually very good.
I think I was scared of, since red and green were both fighting for road. I think I would have just given up and been like, you guys fight for it.
Yeah. I think there's a case for both. I mean, I think if you decide to not go for road, you could settle in city. I think what's more important is you recognize your options.
Yeah.
Right? Like, instead of just saying, I can only fight road here, it's like, well, no, I can go 2 paths. And then experience is going to teach you kind of what's the best path, or what path do I want to go down. And that can affect your table talk. That can affect your blocks, those kind of things.
Yeah. And normally I'm more active in the chat, not in like a bad way, but just talking to you. It's hard to talk to you, strategize, and take in your coaching. So normally I would be like trying to coordinate with other people.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that now that we've gone through a game, another thing that I struggle with is really seeing who the threat is. I think I really struggle with knowing, because honestly, I don't think I would have thought blue was that strong early on. I don't think so.
Blue's very strong. I would say they arguably have the best. Well, they definitely have the best Or-Wheat sheep here. It's high production.
Yeah.
And if variance swings, like if the 8s really go off, like, which I think they did very well. Yeah. Like we know the 4s did. So if you combine like even just a little bit of variance swing, you can see that position being very dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Blue just where I think strategically they went wrong is they were buying all development cards at the end.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if you don't mind, we can go through all the stats just to get a quick review.
Yeah.
It's nice. Like, if you notice the perception of the threat levels of that game, you were actually pretty much off the radar until the last 30%. It felt like.
Yeah, maybe very briefly in the very early when we had that city settle.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once you took the 9-12, things definitely shifted. So, yeah, the biggest things for you, Ricky, is you've got to start getting more value for your trades, and just kind of know, like, when people need cards, they're going to be a lot more willing to give up if they need it more than you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many 2-for-1 trades did we get? Like 3 or 4, something like that?
I proposed 25 trades.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, there's a big correlation.
Only two of them were successful.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you know, sometimes you just need one really good trade to push your position. Yeah, a little bit blocked, but hey, you won the game. So I think where we probably could have adjusted better is maybe giving up road and going for the settle city play.
Yeah, going for the higher production, you're saying.
Well, just say, okay, I'm not going to spend all my resources dropping roads. I'm just going to take a point on the settle and drop a city for the win. Like, you have a city in your hand, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that could have been an alternative path. But the only issue with that is if
Yeah.
for whatever reason your 4s get blocked, whether it's the 4 wheat or the 4 ore, the city play becomes a lot more dangerous. So
Yeah.
or a lot more difficult.
Or if we 7 out, but can't
Yeah.
control that.
Yeah.